Welcome to Tuesday Night Basketball on 2K Sports. We got a good one in store for you. Alongside Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their rotation.
Yeah, they're missing a quality player. And we all know injuries are a part of the game, but they've got to make the adjustment.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. The duo inside, Murray and Sabonis. Perimeter is filled up by Monk and DeRozan, and it's Westbrook in at point guard. And for Oklahoma City, two big bodies inside with Holmgren and Hartenstein in the middle. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2, and it's Williams in at the 3. All right, Stan, what's something you have your eye on at the start of the season?
Well, every year we have a new rule or some kind of change in the officiating that affects how games are played and called. So it's something to watch for.
Now here's Monk. Had a tough time getting anything going against the Lakers. Sabonis, high post. Clock at 6. And that one drops for him.
Well, that's where Sabonis makes his living. He's so good at carving out space down low.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein, and that one good.
Setting an aggressive tone early, challenging the heart of that defense.
SGA against Westbrook. Over Gilgeous-Alexander. Westbrook can't hit. And it's Thunder's ball. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. He's picked up by Westbrook. Well, Domantas Sabonis already top 10 all-time in triple-doubles.
Yeah, he's a prolific scorer, rebounder, and playmaker. And B.A., he continues to add layers to his game, and he's still in the thick of his prime. Once DeRozan gets inside with the ball, he is very efficient.
SGA passes to Williams. Here's SGA. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now here's Murray. His last outing, we saw him score 13. No coverage that time.
And 3 for 4 to start, showing some rhythm.
The Thunder have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. And SGA, here we go, lays it up and banks it in.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay.
Shot from 12. No good, off the front rim. The Thunder have gone 3 of 4, off to a nice start. Holmgren, count it, 1 for 1 to start the game.
And just showing off his mobility as a big man. Holmgren puts his head down and charges into the shot.
Monk against Dort. Monk passes to Sabonis. Nails the wide-open jumper. Sabonis has got his second bucket on the night.
I mean, what do you expect when you give him the clear look? That's just too easy.
And it is dangerous to let him get it going this early.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. Keegan Murray wants to excel at both ends, and he said, quote, "My defense wasn't where it needed to be, so I got a little faster, a little stronger, tried to figure out how to be physical defensively and be effective. Them trusting me to guard helps the other guys so they can focus more on offense." Brian?
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. So Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Caruso, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Mitchell comes in for Dort. Ellis is checked in for Sacramento. Schroeder comes in for Westbrook. And Coach, the Kings know they need to get better defensively. But do they have the personnel is the question.
Well, so much of defense is about your commitment to making multiple efforts, in particular contesting three-point shooters, an area they've struggled in tremendously. If you're starting to fix something, start there. Well, what I like about that, Ellis is not content to just hang out on the perimeter.
Caruso, the pass to Mitchell, and here's Hartenstein. On the wing, SGA. Outside Mitchell. There's the 3. Ellis with a rebound. Sacramento leading by 3. 1:03 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Schroeder. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Well, he's fearless amongst the trees. When Schroeder sees a scoring opportunity in close, he takes charge.
Now here's Williams. He had 9 points in his last time out. That one drops for him.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
The three from DeRozan. Hartenstein pulls it in.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Knocks it down from distance. Williams has got 7.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
The Kings have gotten 7 of their 10 shots to fall. Here's DeRozan. And that makes him 3 for 4. He's looking good.
Tremendous offensive execution. Just trying to get as many clean looks as possible.
Good on the shot. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
A tricky cover. Gilgeous-Alexander is a talented finisher inside.
Now DeRozan over Caruso. No good on the buzzer beater. And so the first quarter comes to a close. Both teams scoring well, but it's all tied. Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And for the Thunder guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
You know, they've been relentless in how they attack the paint.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for Oklahoma City. They come into this one having outplayed the Mavericks last time out.
And I'll tell you, that was not an easy environment to play in. It was a hostile crowd on the road, but it didn't bother them at all.
Give a lot of credit to this coaching staff for preparing them for that kind of environment. They went in and just executed their game plan.
Isaiah Joe is out there with Mitchell. And it's Williams. And then it's Alex Caruso. And it's Holmgren in at the 4. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going in the second. Now here's Holmgren. Pass to Williams. Shoots from 12. And another miss by Oklahoma City. The Kings shooting great. 62% from the field and continuing to get it done. Gets the 3 to fall. Ellis has got his second basket on the night.
Quick work off the catch by Ellis. This is why his teammates and coaches encourage him to remain aggressive.
And that one's good. Mitchell.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
And timeout called by Doug Christie. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. So for Oklahoma City, Wiggins comes in for Williams, and it's Lou Dort in for Joe. And the Kings also making a change. Westbrook's checked in. Here's Monk, and looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that obvious.
Sabonis, he's checked in for Eubanks. Oklahoma City trailing. And despite their historic regular season success, OKC still had their doubters around the league rim.
Yeah, B.A., and it was verging on disrespect if you ask me. But youth and inexperience counted against them. Now, they knew their true test would come in the playoffs, and they passed it with flying colors, taking home the championship.
That gives them the lead. Mitchell's gotten his second bucket.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Schroeder passes to Sabonis. Mitchell against Schroeder. Let's go with a 3. And once again, off the mark by Sacramento. The Thunder have gotten just 2 of 6 field goals to go in the second. Look at Chet using his size inside.
And this is where Holmgren is such a scoring threat. His size can make interior shots easier to find.
To the wing on the left. Here's Schroeder. Pass to Sabonis. Out of bounds. It'll be Oklahoma City's ball. All right, now that we have a break, let's take a look at which teams capitalized from the line last season. Number 1, the Thunder. 4th, the Kings.
You know, you really didn't want to send either team to the line if you had any ideas about winning.
DeRozan is checked in for the Kings. Mitchell into the lane, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And now it's a 5-point Thunder lead.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
Westbrook taking his time here. Now here's DeRozan. He's got 6, just 4 to shoot. Shoots over Caruso. And once again, off the mark by Sacramento.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Kings trail by 5. Outside Achua, pass to Monk. Here's DeRozan. All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Thanks. Well, this new three-point era started with Stephen Curry, and it's really in the last decade that we're seeing the long-distance game extend to the center position. You look at the list of recent champions, it seems it's also not a luxury, but a necessity to have a paint presence that can also stretch the floor from deep.
A nightmare to contain. All right, Shams, appreciate the report. And so now a timeout called by Doug Christie. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Stan, there seems to be an impatience to this Kings organization. Continuity is not the order of the day.
Well, yeah, B.A., and it can be disorienting for the players. You don't want to become complacent, but there's got to be a happy medium and some stability.
Here's what Oklahoma City's going with right now. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Wiggins. Williams comes in for Caruso, and Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Mitchell. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein, and he gets the bucket. Hartenstein's got his second basket of the night.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Westbrook, the pass to Sabonis. Pass to Murray. Westbrook against SGA. No good with the elbow jumper. Here's Oklahoma City now. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Hartenstein finds Dort. Here's the second effort. And Domas Sabonis pulls it down. Kings trail by 7. Now DeRozan. Williams defending. DeRozan down low. Working on Williams. And the shot goes in. DeRozan's got 4 points now in the quarter.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
And so it's Oklahoma City up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Welcome to halftime. First up, let's check out what games are tipping off tonight. It'll be the 76ers against the Wizards in Washington. That one tips off at 7 p.m. Eastern.
I'm looking for a possible upset in that one.
Turning back now to our game, lots of positives in that first half for the Thunder.
Hey, living in the paint is good living. Take it from me.
Yeah, this team doesn't settle. They're aggressive and they're physical. It's impressive to watch.
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Boy, you have to like what we're seeing from DeMar DeRozan.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Oklahoma City leading by 8. And on the floor for Doug Christie as we get into the second half. DeRozan and Murray in at the forward positions. Russell Westbrook out there with Malik Monk. And it's Sabonis in at the 5.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
DeRozan outside. Monk looking around. Pass to Sabonis. The 3 is up. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Holmgren's got his 5th rebound in this one. And the layup is good off the glass. Hartenstein's got 6 points.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Now here's Williams. 10-point lead. This is their biggest of the game.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
And looking at Jalen Williams, is there a part of his game you like best, Grant?
You know, it's tough to pick just one, B.A. He's such an all-around player. He can guard point guards, post players, you name it, and can score from anywhere on the court.
Well, halftime is supposed to be for adjustments. I'm sure this isn't what they had in mind. And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
Now here's Westbrook. No points so far. And there's the screen. It's Monk on the wing. Pass to Westbrook. Shot clock at 5. Sabonis with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Play clock here. The Kings need to get one up. And another miss by Sacramento.
Well, I'm sure this wasn't what they planned coming out of the locker room. They need to calm down and regroup.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
So it's Sacramento now. Following the bucket by Oklahoma City. Murray for 3. They get it again. Sabonis to halt the run. And there's Murray. That one's good. On the assist from Sabonis.
Yeah, this is the kind of confidence you love seeing. Murray not thinking twice at all about firing away.
And let's use this time to have a look at last year's steals leaders. 5th is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Last year, he was really opportunistic defensively, creating havoc.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Shai with a step, and SGA throws it down.
All it takes is a sliver of daylight, and Gilgeous-Alexander will exploit it.
Mitchell's checked in for Oklahoma City. And the Kings also making a change. Schroeder, he's checked in for Westbrook. And so it's Schroeder with it. He brings it up for the Sacramento Kings. Next game against the Bulls at United Center. It'll be their second game of a 4-game road trip.
Well, look, Sabonis has the footwork to get himself in position to finish right at the cup.
SGA, what a finish!
And talk about imposing your will. That's 10 straight points in the paint.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. The Kings going into last season, bringing an experienced closer in DeMar DeRozan. Domantas Sabonis said it's what we needed. More veterans. We're a young team. We all know we're good, but it never hurts to have one of those big-time NBA players on the team for confidence, for backup, for everything. Back to you, Brian.
All right, Allie, thank you.
Well, whether starting or coming off the bench, Dennis Schroeder plays his role well and can be a source of instant offense at times.
Now here's Schroeder. Outside Monk. DeRozan outside. 6 on the shot clock. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Hartenstein.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
And that one's good. Holmgren.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Williams against DeRozan. Back to Schroeder. The 3. Hartenstein pulls it in. Hartenstein's got rebound number 8 now. Williams. Ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
And he is stronger than he looks, trust me. I mean, Williams has the bulk to win those tough battles inside.
Outside Schroeder. 36 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Here's DeRozan. That one falls, coming off Schroeder's feed. Schroeder's got his 4th assist in this one.
This is a big night for DeRozan. But don't forget, he's been doing this since 2009. A long time in this league.
Outside Schroeder. Monk for 3. And that's a foul called on Domantas Sabonis. That's his first foul of the game.
Substitution on the court.
And so it's Oklahoma City in control with a 16-point advantage heading into the break. How about the way they've attacked the paint? This throwback approach is paying off. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
Well, his height gives him the ability to see the floor, and he makes a quick decision and a great pass.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. Williams is out there with Alex Caruso. Then there's Lou Dort, then there's Mitchell, and it's Sorber in at center. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Here's Williams, and it's good. Off the back of the rim and in.
And Williams has done a great job finding his rhythm here tonight. He's just trying to get as many points as he can.
Schroeder passes to Sabonis. Ellis outside. Here's Westbrook. Good work defensively by Dort.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Inside. Sorber with a bucket. And the Thunder lead by 20.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Pass to Sabonis. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Nice shot from 10 feet out.
Strong performance from him, but he may need to do even more if they're going to win this game.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. Oklahoma City making a switch here. Jang's checked in. Here's Mitchell. Parries the easy one.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
And Doug Christie has called a timeout, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. So the Kings making a change here. Murray's checked in. Now here's Schroeder. Fires from deep. The putback. Jang pulls it in. Oklahoma City leading by 20. Dort, the pass to Mitchell. Over Murray. It's wide right. Hits off the rim. Schroeder with it. Guarded now by Mitchell. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Sacramento passing it around. And there's Sabonis. That one's good. On the assist by Murray.
Listen, it's a team sport. But without him, this deficit would be a lot bigger.
Mitchell. That's his 6th make in 11 tries.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Now here's Dort to the paint. Deflected!
Yeah, great work on defense right there. Shooters have to be careful when Murray is lurking nearby.
Kings trail by 20. Schroeder passes to Achua. And it's Williams off the drive. And they get it back. Another shot. Achua with a rebound. Achua's got 5 rebounds in the game. Schroeder passes to Murray. Sabonis with it. He's against Jang. 6 to shoot. And he racks up 2. Timeout called. The Thunder.
Timeout.
They're ahead by 18. So for Oklahoma City, Isaiah Hartenstein's checked in for Jang. Holmgren comes in for Caruso. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Mitchell. Sacramento also making some changes. DeRozan comes in for Achua. And Malik Monk subbed in for Schroeder. Here's Holmgren. Dort nails it from beyond the arc. So Dort's got his first 3 points of the game.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Thunder.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
BA, it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And it's a performance that will signify their 5th win of the year.
Always good to start a season series off with a W. They showed tonight they take this team seriously, and the next 2 matchups between these two should be fun.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Jalen Williams.
Well, offensively, they needed him to be aggressive, and he delivered. What a game.
Here's Westbrook following the bucket by Oklahoma City. DeRozan down low. Williams defending. DeRozan with the bucket. 36 seconds left in the final quarter. SGA passes to Holmgren. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist.
Leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door on them.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
And it's DeRozan missing. No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort. This has to feel good. They gave their fans a show and secured the W.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
And so it's the Thunder taking care of business in this one. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort. And they were just dominant out there.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, Jalen Williams.